Cougar 29 RLI 7,660 pounds here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. By and large, this looks to be extremely well maintained. Previous owner was so happy with it, they stayed in the Keystone family and moved up to a big giant Montana triple slide luxury fifth wheel. So that should tell you something about the experiences that they had with this one. With the slides closed, we're not going to get through a whole heck of a lot. Although I do like this nice large landing area you have right when you walk in the door. And with the little cutaway sort of countertop they have right here, there's actually a decent amount of space where you can kind of just, you know, set some stuff down real quick while you're getting your hands freed up to actually get this thing fully set up. But, of course, you do have easy access to the bedroom and bathroom. Through and through this RV, it is very clean, very well kept, very well maintained. Previous owners, I have to imagine, were no strangers to RVing. They use this one about 5 times a year. You know, we like to try to go through and ask them, you know, how much, how often, where do you take it? And, you know, it seems like pretty regular usage, just extremely good maintenance, which is sadly a little more irregular that somebody takes good care of their things. Now, there's little things I look for when I start walking through a used RV. They give me good, positive, like, good vibrations, basically. Good vibrations! And I see a lot of those here. Like, you see how these chairs are all stacked up and strapped down the way they're supposed to be? I point that out because not a lot of people do what they're supposed to do with things when they're supposed to do them. And anything you were supposed to do with this RV appears to have been done. Another thing I noticed is they had this nice little rug they'd roll up right here, and they specifically put it between the chairs and the table so that the chairs couldn't possibly like start to wobble and vibrate and grind against the table right there. So they were very smart and intelligent about preventative upkeep, and they had a very good understanding of how this RV was in transit, like the things and the stresses and forces that happen to it. I do want to point out real quick, like, I'm super transparent in these videos. If you're just joining us for the first time, if you're not a regular subscriber, welcome to Haylett RV. We go above and beyond to try to make you folks aware of whatever it is you might be purchasing, whether it's good, bad, ugly, otherwise or in between. Case in point, it'd be very easy to sit here and lie by omission and say nothing and let you assume those are recliners, because you see recliners so commonly in the RV industry today. These are actually dual barrel chairs. This RV was built before things advanced a little bit. Look at this! Holy crap, I didn't notice this before. Okay, so this has a cable-driven slide system, and the override to get to the motor's right here. But they included the little tool that you would like basically use as a power screwdriver attachment to run the slide in or out as a manual override, and they zip stripped it right to like the mechanism so that it couldn't get lost. Look at that. I've never seen someone do that. That's smart. Oh, these folks were good. All windows have night shades and open for ventilation. This is a fold open hide-a-bed in the rear area here. Though something Keystone does very well with their rear wall sofas is they have side stands and outlets on both sides here so that you can, you know, whether it's sit down a dinner plate, charge up a phone or a tablet or whatever you want to do, you can do it here. It's funny. This RV was a trendsetter, like most things that Cougar does. It is incredible how many clones were spawned off of this. Like, and we've carried them over the years, and we still do carry some. And it doesn't surprise me, because floor plans are not unique to manufacture, and RV R&D stands for rip off and duplicate. But Cougar's always been on the forefront. They're the one that everyone else is R-ing and D-ing. Case in point, like, this would be called the Crossroads Cruiser 29 RS or the Eagle HT 28.5 RSTS. And that doesn't mean that the other things that are like this are bad. It just means that they've each found their own little niche here. And I like what Cougar's doing. Now, the current 20, because this floor plan is very popular, it's still in production. The current 29 RLI looks a little different, but you can still see that's basically the same layout. So take a look at all the storage around, behind, above, below the entertainment center here. They did an excellent job of not wasting anything. And that's one of the changes you'll see on this from like a more current model, is the kitchen, in a way, L's. It kind of wraps around the door and the island, and you can see part of the kitchen and the counter and the prep space is actually over here. And it seems really odd, guys, but it's actually extremely functional because it gives you more countertop and prep space to set hot stuff down or to set things down to get organized before they go in and out of that microwave, as opposed to the microwave being right here, where there'd be very little counter space. So, at a glance, it seems very uncommon, irregular that the microwave is over there, but it makes so much sense, I'm telling you. As a person who's been camping for many years, you know, there's little things I look for in there. So that is DVD, this is stereo, that is Bluetooth. You know, this is right on the front cusp of when things like Bluetooth started coming through. We do have a 8 cubic foot fridge freezer, so we do have a little bit bigger refrigerator in here. Previous owner did add a stovetop cover in here just to help kind of maximize that flat horizontal prep use space. And you can see on the entry door they also added one of those handles on the screen door so you can pull that screen door shut without ripping off the little slider handle there. So we've already looked at the dining table here real quick, but just to give you kind of a, if I can get the camera where it's not pointed right at the morning sun here. Actually I came in early to try to capture this footage. I'm playing a little catch up. It is tough. Like, I take one day off to be a good dad and go watch my daughter's dance recital, and I come back and I'm like, holy crap, how much did I miss? And that's just normal, how much business we do on a given day here at Haylett RV. So, really good storage up and around the microwave, and like I said, below as well. You can see you've got a couple additional drawers over there, and I love that power outlet below the microwave, giving us the perfect little coffee maker corner or what have you, and the perfect little charging center right here for all of our little phones and things. And I like that you can have the phones here by the door and they can be very easily accessible, but they're not occupying countertop space, and you don't have that big scraggle of charger wires. That's a technical term, by the way, scraggle. Anyway, you know what I mean. You know, it just looks ugly, unsightly, etc. Moving upstairs. Bathroom on this is very easy dual entry. You can get to it from the hallway or the master bedroom up there. And just like the Keystones of today, you know, the 3-inch thick, fully studded doorways, the 3-inch thick interior walls. I mean, you can just really bang on this thing and it doesn't move whatsoever. Granted, I'm not the biggest, strongest little ox or anything like that, but I think you get the idea. The fact is, these are built pretty solid, and I think that's one of the reasons, you know, newer Cougars have the industry's most comprehensive structural warranties out there. So great floor space here in the bathroom, and lots of legroom in front of that porcelain foot flush toilet right there. So you can, when you get out of the shower, you can stand up, you can get dressed, and you have dedicated linen space right here because the bedroom closet slide out extends into the bathroom. So you don't have to risk like, oops, I forgot a towel and I need to do that nudist camp streak through the RV. Honey, please close the windows. You know, I don't want to shock the neighbors because I forgot to grab a towel. You don't have to do any of that here. Something else I like on these, something they do very well, they give you every ounce of storage below the sink, and they actually make that cabinet quite large. The medicine cabinet itself is also very large, and it's the mirror's big enough that both myself and my wife could both use it normally. She won't let me say 1 foot less than my height, so we'll say 11.5 inches, but you know, it's hard to, we need a big mirror that fits us both. Previous owner, not only did they add the bedroom TV, they added a nice dual jointed articulating swing arm mount. You can see the TV's even angled downward, so that when you're laying in bed, it's not going to crank your neck or anything, and there's still plenty of room to walk through here. But I like the fact that they not only added it, but they left it behind. Their new RV had TVs everywhere. It actually had 3. It had outside, living room, and bedroom standard. So they didn't have need for this, but they weren't scavengers. They didn't take something that they had installed. So again, this is another indicator of something I look for regarding the quality of ownership. When I see people do things like this, I instantly look at it and go, this is owned by someone who is just really a decent person. You know, and decent people take care of their stuff. We do have a sliding privacy door here for the bedroom. If I haven't mentioned that, I just did. There we go. 80-inch front queen north-south bed. Now over here we got a very CPAP friendly stand with a couple drawers. Over here on the opposite side, We've got a full-length hanging closet. And then, of course, we have our, full bedroom closet in the slide-out over here. And those mirrored doors on that will help reflect light from the overhead skylight and the window. But one other thing this RV has is what you don't see. And you can kind of get an idea from this junction box up here. But this is 50 amp service, and it is second AC ready. And with that white skin, if you threw a second air on this thing, it would be an awesome hot climate coach, because it would have maximum cooling power and minimum heat absorption. Just understand, if you do add a second air, you have to sacrifice these extra ceiling vents up there to accomplish that. Everything out here looks good. I don't see anything outside that gives me a moment of pause. The skin looks fantastic. The decals are not peeled, faded, flaking whatsoever. Even the darker ones. Darker decals will absorb more heat than lighter ones, and you can see that these are still looking good over here. You can also see in the background of that shot right there that we do have slide awnings added to this. Previous owner spent a good chunk of money adding those on here. It's an awesome preventative maintenance item. We've got slam latches, magnet catches. Once again, these are normal things on today's RVs, but this isn't today's RV. This is, in an extent, a previous generation RV, but it's still loaded with all kinds of current things because, again, these guys are the ones that have been setting the market and setting the trends, and everyone gives chase to them. Battery disconnect, TV hookups, and a full pass-through storage in the basement of the sucker makes life simple and easy here. And look at this. I like the pigtail style 50 to 30 amp reducer, and they left that behind. And probably because on the new RV that they bought here at Haylitz, we don't do hidden dealer fees, and that also includes 50 to 30 and 30 to 15 amp electrical adapters, so they didn't need that thing. Now, these are pretty short bed friendly, and the way they accomplish that is that they actually have a radius structure front end. It's a one-piece radius bend across the nose of this thing. It's not a cut and dog-eared corner like the like Heartland tends to throw that in there. The way that Heartland does that, I'm not throwing stones here. It's very good for what am I wanting to say? Short bed friendliness. But it does have potential structural impact, and here Keystone and the Cougar family found a way to kind of accomplish both things. What else was I getting? Oh, enclosed heated underbelly. So you've got that extra protection. If it's going to dip below freezing over the night, you're going to be fine. If it's going to hard freeze, this is not necessarily made for anything like that. Tires look good. I can't find any sort of sun damage on the tires or anything like that. Simple water and electrical, like TV docking station in the back corner here, but this is something like this. The majority of your hookups are in this rear corner, and I've had a lot of people ask me, why do they put these small individual docking stations, which this is the thing I'm referencing right here. It gives you a spot to hook up your like water hose, your cable, things like that. Why do they do that instead of have that a full docking station in the front area? The answer is because this is the corner where your RV hookups tend to be at a park. So it makes more sense to have the majority of your hookups right there. Now your sewer outlet is still up for it a little bit, but 2/3 of everything you're going to need are back here. It just makes more sense. Not only does this have a walkable roof that we're actually going to walk on in a little bit, at least I am, and you're going to join me virtually, this also has walk-on slides, although with the slide awning toppers on there, you're probably not going to walk on them. Really, you have no reason. I think that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else here that really concerns me. I never really saw anything that concerns me. I think we're good. Let's go take a peek upstairs. Overall, the roof looks pretty good, but like a lot of RVs that I've done videos on this time of year, RVs that have been in storage and are just now getting brought out, it could maybe use a little roof cleaning, but that's normal. I always kind of recommend people use a wash and conditioner on the roof once when they take it out of storage, and then again either midsummer or before they put it back in storage. There's a lot of reasons for that. I've done separate videos on that. We can talk about that if you're curious. Just give our team a call. But looking through it, I see good, active, preventative maintenance. Like you can see where there was some new sealant put down here. There's maybe some original sealant still around, but everything by and large looks pretty good. It looks the way it's supposed to with normal, active, preventative care. And other than just my footprints up here, I don't see anything that doesn't belong up here. So nothing real scary to me. The skylights aren't cracked. The AC shroud isn't sun-baked and shredded up or anything like that. She looks good. Even the slide awnings, like, that's an interesting thing. Some people clean the roof, but not the slide awnings. That looks pretty good, too. So, overall, I think previous owner just did a generally good job taking care of her. So, whether it's this one, that one, or any other one, we got a whole bunch of ones here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, with our 20 acres of RVs. So, whether it's hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, or everything in between, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.